Hey guys, welcome to Worship the King. Today we're talking about core skills and the core set list of skills that you need to be a guitar player, drummer, bass player for a worship band, or for really any band. But this is all about Worship Leadership Foundations, the new Foundations course that is out at worshipbandbuilder.com/leadership. Look in the link in this description and join me for the foundations. Today we're going to be talking about the core skills to building a band. Now, some of you guys play multiple instruments. Some of you worship leaders out there, you can play all the instruments, and that's me. I can play the drums, the bass, the guitar, and I have all those tutorials online. Some of you play no instruments, okay? So some of you are coming in as a vocalist and saying, I've got to lead a band now. So there are all kinds of different people who are in worship leadership, different skill levels, different skill sets, and right now, how do you know what to do when a drummer comes to you and says, I want to play drums? So I'm going to show you this sheet right here. And this is basically the core skills sheet for each instrument. Okay, so this is what we're going to cover in much depth when we get into worship leadership foundations through Worship Band Builder. But first of all, just check out this core skills acoustic sheet, core skills acoustic guitar. So know all your open chords, bar chords, power chords, know the 6 basic strumming patterns, have a guitar with a pickup to plug in, be able to read basic Nashville number charts. Okay, so that's a very simple way to do it. This would be what we're going to cover in week 3. So I pulled this up. Week 3 is going to be really about auditions and core batching, skill batching, and core skill sheets. So skill batching is taking people that you audition and putting them in bands that match their skill level. So you have band 1, band 2, band 3. Maybe you have a really like a training band, you have a main band, and you have a middle band that sort of like plays and leads worship sometimes. So you can actually batch musicians in your worship ministry into skill levels and put them in groups that they can play on the same skill level. Now, first of all, if you got a pro drummer over here and a kind of a very new beginner acoustic guitar player, and then like a medium electric guitar player, and then like a really awesome singer, and then like a really learning singer that's not doing so great yet, she's just trying to learn, put those all together and it creates frustration. Now, sometimes you can think all these musicians will help each other get better, but a lot of times there isn't time for training in a worship band practice or even on a Sunday morning or that short time you have. So people feel frustrated. The pro players or the guys who are really good or the girls who are really good feel like that person's kind of pulling down the quality of the sound that we're creating. And then the people that are really not great yet, they really need to be more training. They feel intimidated. They feel bad. They're like, I can't get it, and I know that these people looking at me like I can't get it. So core batching, skill batching is great to do, and understanding core skill sets. So when you look at a core skill set here for the drummer, be able to play a basic beat in all the time signatures. Be able to play a steady beat with a click track. If that's one of the skills that you want to have, put that in the skill sheet. Know how to play dynamics, soft, loud, and all tempos. Have a drum set at home. Okay, so some of these things are really basic, but you can put that up in your worship ministry and people can read that and go, oh, so to be on the worship team, I should be able to do X, Y, Z. I'm not quite there yet. Or, man, I got it. I'm going to nail this. I'm going to go and I'm going to do an audition or talk to the worship leader. This will save you a lot of problems in just even telling people, well, do you have a drum set at home? No. Okay, well, we really want all of our drummers to have a kit because we want you to practice at home. So you can put a lot of this stuff right up front in your worship ministry, and I'm going to show you how to do that in Worship Leadership Foundations. The other thing about that whole thing, let me see if this is in this document, because if we go down here, important training elements include, okay, so these are things that you would train for, is band setups, okay? So this is another thing we're going to talk about is if you have just a basic sound for drums, acoustic, guitar, or if you want to add 2 electrics, then you have drums, bass, 2 electrics, and then if you say, okay, oh no, I'm going to have a drums, bass, piano, acoustic, electric. And so basically talking about each one of those different scenarios, because sometimes you're going to have a small church where you're just going to have drums, bass, and an acoustic. That's it. There's no keyboard, there's no electric player, and that is okay. You can create a lot of sound with a drummer, bass player, and acoustic player. So we talk about, as you're growing your ministry, just what type of band do you want to have on stage. You don't have to have 3 electrics and 2 keyboards and a drummer, bass player. In fact, a lot of times when you do that, it causes a lot of trouble in just the overall production or the mix. I mean, you could have more instruments, more stage, more this, more that. So you want to go back down to the basics, and I help you do that right here using this band setup sheet. So, like for example, we'll just go over this top one: drums, bass, acoustic. Okay, if you have a clean sound, it'll be easy to follow and improvise. It'll be easy to listen to at a moderate volume, so you don't have to have a huge loud sound system. It'll be easy to mix. It'll be simple and intimate. Okay, so those are all great things. Simple, intimate, easy to mix, easy to listen to, easy to improvise, easy to practice, things like this. This is all stuff that you can do with just a drummer, a bass player, and an acoustic guitar player. Bam, right? So if you're interested in kind of diving into this and expanding your mind, expanding your leadership qualities, everything we talk about in Worship Leadership Foundations, from just being a good musician yourself to being a good planner. It's like the business side of worship ministry, being able to plan, being able to, know what kind of equipment to get, being able to know how to ask for that from your pastor, being able to know how to cast vision to the people around you, know how to put people in the right position. This is all about leadership. If you're not doing those things right, by the time you get up on stage and you're singing, a lot of people are feeling burned out. They're feeling tired. They're feeling beat down. They're feeling just exhausted because maybe it's just they didn't plan far enough in advance, or they have the wrong people surrounding them in their ministry. You've let the wrong people on stage with you. So these things can all be solved systematically, going through just every thing that we go through in the 9 weeks of foundational leadership, Foundations for Worship Leadership. Join me. There is a link in the description. You can join right now at worshipbandbuilder.com/leadership. And I will see you guys on the next video.